Well, here I am. I have arrived. I am at my first campsite. I have planned pretty much every campground that I'm going to stay at. I'm going to be doing a 6-week beta test trip here, and this is my first night. I left this morning. I was up early. I was so excited, and I knew I had a lot to do since it's such a long trip, 6 weeks. So the drive went great. It was just 2.5 hours, and just went between 55 and 60 miles per hour, and it was a pretty nice drive. But I told myself before I got on the road, I said, Victoria, don't take any chances, because you're not in a small car anymore, so you have to really be much more mindful and careful, and just take your time. If you miss the exit, so be it. Just go on to the next. And so that's what happened today. I missed an exit, and I just went down to the next and got back on going the other way. And so I'm now at my campground. It's called San Luis Creek. I'm on the San Luis Reservoir, and I've never been to this part of California. Again, it's like I've lived here for most of my life, and there's so many places that I have not been, so it was really a beautiful drive to get here. Rolling green hills, it was just so pretty. And so I'm right on the water. This is a state park, California State Park, and it's not too busy. Here it is, beginning of January, and it's just not that busy. So off-season camping is great. It's a little bit chilly right now. It's around 3:30, and it's going to be dark in an hour and a half, but it gave me enough time. I got here early enough to get my hookups. See, I got my hookups. I've got my hookups there. And I didn't have to level. This is a pretty level spot, so I'm good. So I think I'm going to go out. There's actually a really nice trail around the water here. Let me show you around a little bit. I'm going to turn you around. Right next to the trash bin, which is convenient. But it's really pretty here. This reservoir is huge. It goes all the way around back there, and it's huge. And it's nice and full right now. It's so nice to see. Makes my heart happy to see full reservoirs after it felt like a decade of drought. It's just so nice to have. We've had a couple of seasons now of lots of rain, so it's filling up our reservoirs again. So I have a nice camp spot here. I'm going to be here 2 nights, so I could do a fire. I've got a nice little picnic table. Huge, deep fire pit. I just love these campgrounds that are on the water. Who doesn't, right? It's the best. But this is gorgeous. Again, I'm blown away by the beauty here. $40 a night for hookups, but I got a senior discount. But I can't remember how much it was. Not much. I think they only give you maybe $5 off. But, I have to say it's worth it to, there I am, to pay for hookups. I planned this trip out so that I'm doing about 50%. Isn't that a gorgeous tree? 50% with hookup camping, and then 50% boondocking. So I figure I'll get a nice feel for both, and see how it goes with the power and everything, but I'm kind of thinking that might be the right ratio for me. And I did the math on it, and I think it's going to cost me about a little over $300 for camping fees for 1 month. That's not too bad, actually. I thought it was going to be higher than that, but to me, that's you know, that's within reason for me to be able to afford. So I'm happy about that. It's nice to be a senior and be able to get some senior discounts. But yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm going to turn off the camera and go for a walk. I've been sitting on my butt for a few hours and I just want to stretch my legs a bit and enjoy this beautiful place. By the way, when I said that the camping fees were going to just be about $300 for a month, actually that's just 2 weeks of hookup camping, and then it would be 2 weeks of boondocking. I figure if I get out on the road full time and I did that ratio, 50% boondocking, 50% hookup camping, that I could keep it to around $300 a month, which is, I think, doable, you know, in my budget. So that was exciting to find out. Initially, I was going to try winging it and not planning. But as the weeks went by and it was getting closer and closer, I started to panic and I thought, no, I think I'd feel better if I plan this out, you know. And I definitely feel better now that I've planned it out. And, you know, I think maybe with time, when I build confidence, I can wing it more. But in the beginning here, I feel more comfortable with planning it out, my route, potential places to stay. I did end up signing up with Boondockers Welcome, so I'm going to be staying at a couple of those. I'm not going to mention where I'm going because I want to surprise you, but definitely excited about this trip because there's places I'm going to go that I'm excited to see and I haven't seen in a while, and places I've always wanted to see. So I'm pretty excited. This trip's going to inform me a lot. Let me know if I can do this. I will take you along and share the ups and downs of my 6-week beta trip. Yeah, I was thinking as I was driving today that this dream of mine to get a little warm, to do this has been at least 10 years in the making, actually probably longer than that, but intensely since about 2013. I discovered Cheap RV Living website and then the YouTube channel later. and it got me really excited after seeing all those tours. My father was a nomad back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. He was ahead of his time. He lived in his RV right up until the end of his life, practically. He always had really small RVs. He's probably looking down on me now, proud of me for doing a much bigger RV than he ever did. So he was kind of my inspiration when I was young. You know, I thought when I saw his RV, I thought, oh my God, this is so cute. This little house on wheels. This is wonderful. I love it. And so I've always had that desire to do it, but intensely the last 10 years. And so it's been a long time to make this dream come true. So it feels so great to finally be able to do it, because there was always things in the way. I was working, I was an esthetician doing facials on clients. I also did massage on clients. I was a massage therapist and an esthetician. And you can't do that remotely, obviously. So I had to be at my office, and that was not going to work for being on the road. And then when I decided to quit that in 2017, because it was hurting my neck to be looking down all the time, I took a remote part-time job, and I've had it ever since. I've been at my job now for 6 years. So it finally dawned on me that, okay, maybe I could do this, you know. So, and then the other barrier was just, you know, having enough money to do it, and then also have an emergency fund. You know, I wanted to make sure I had enough of an emergency fund to be able to handle any emergencies. So between buying the rig and stuff, I had to save, you know, for a while, for a few years now. So I finally have all the ducks in a row that I could do this. Now I just have to see on the 6-week beta test trip if I can handle all the stresses that come with it. Let's just see, you know. I mean, of course my mind goes crazy with all the potential things that could go wrong, but I'm trying to not let myself go down the rabbit hole too much with my fears and anxieties. I actually designed this journal about a year or two ago, and put it up on Amazon for sale. It hasn't sold very many copies, so if you want to go and purchase it, I believe it's still on Amazon. Called Making It Happen, Book of Beautiful Ideas, Random Thoughts, Musings, and Concepts. But yeah, it's a beautiful book for journaling, so I'm going to start journaling in here for my trip. I've already started my first writings here, so it's kind of fun to write in a journal that I actually designed and had printed. So I just looked it up on Amazon, and it is still on Amazon, and it's under my name of Victoria Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, and it would be wonderful if you feel so inclined to purchase this journal on Amazon. Put in your 2025 goals, ideas, things that you want to do to make it happen. It's 120 pages, and it's about 6 by 9 inches, and it costs $5.99. It would really help me out, because the more sales I make, then the higher up on the algorithm it will go. So if you feel so inclined, please buy my journal. Just type in Victoria Wright, and then Book of Beautiful is probably enough, and it should come up. I just barely fit into my parking spot here. hanging over the back there. But yeah, I'm loving this camping spot. It's really nice. I'm gonna go for a walk now. It's about 11 in the morning and it's just really perfect weather. Probably mid-50s. I'm wearing my blue coat so it sort of makes noises, swishy. And the ducks just hanging out. Some of them have their little heads tucked in and they take a nap. Pretty campground. Let's walk around the campground a little bit. You know, they have the vault toilets here, and that just makes me happy that I have my own bathroom and don't have to use those god-awful things. Can't stand vault bathrooms. PU. It's like living next to us. A sanitation plant. Yeah, that's when I'm glad that I have a bathroom of my own now. I read a quote somewhere that said that if you're starting to feel like your life doesn't have much meaning anymore or purpose, then you need to challenge yourself. And this is definitely fills that bill. I'm challenging myself physically, mentally, having to remember things. You know, even though I'm scared a lot of times to drive and you know, I'm worried about doing something wrong and all that. I'm just determined to challenge myself and do it anyways. And that might be part of the reason why I'm feeling so alive, is that I'm feeling challenged. So that is a good thing. Because when you get to be my age, 67, things can get a little boring, you know. My younger days, you know, I used to live in LA and I'd go out and go to dance clubs, and I wasn't much of a party or drinker, but I loved to dance. And this is what I mean about nature healing. I can feel it calming down my nervous system completely. Just to sit, you know, and be quiet. There's the sound again. I feel at peace. Wow. That was like a ballet. Oh my goodness. Wow. Sitting here working and I can't believe my views as I work. The views out to the water, and then I can hear nature around me. It's wonderful. Just arrived at my second campground. It's called Buena Vista Campground. It's near Bakersfield, and it's run by the county of Kern, I think, Kern County Park. So I've got a site right on the water again. So that's cool, and I've got full hookups. Nobody is camped close to me at all. It's not the prettiest campground in the world, but it's just for one night. And I like that I am on some water. Should be a beautiful sunset, I bet. And the weather is absolutely perfect right now. So I drove about 3 hours today, and I've discovered that that's about my max, before my body and hips and spine really start to feel it. So I think most of this itinerary, I kept it under 3 hours, and I'm glad I did. I planned it so that I didn't have to be driving quite so far. So I'm already learning a lot, and I already feel like I'm getting the hang of things, you know, and it's coming back to me, and it's coming more easily, and I'm sure that things will just continue to get better. The more you do it, the better you get. But yeah, I'm learning a lot, so this is great already. It's pretty exciting, you know, to be learning and challenging myself.